Gambit's one of those bisexual characters where you have to read his runs to actually see it, because they just have nothing actually stating it, and I find that very interesting. Before we get into one of his male friends becoming his love interest, we're gonna have to put you through a hypothetical. Let's just say you and your bro are decent friends, you know, you guys aren't always near each other, but whenever you guys meet up, you guys get along. And then suddenly, your friend turns into a girl. Except it only changes his outward appearance. At the end of the day, he still asks you to call him by his name and by his male pronouns. Would making out with them or being attracted to them be queer in any type of way, because your friend is still asking to be acknowledged as a man? If you say yes to that, then there's your answer. Gambit literally did that with one of his friends, Jacob, aka Courier. The thing about Jake, though, is that his power was to switch between genders, except mentally he was still a man. At least at first. Once Mr. Sinister stole him and a whole bunch of shenanigans ensued, and then he got stuck in his female body, he was kind of miserable at first, then he got over it. But only like years after this whole thing happens does he become a she and become Jacqueline. So I'd say despite Jacob being in his female form, he is still a man. And Gambit knew this and was well aware of it, even calling him Jake and Jacob, even after the kiss. So, is that not just bisexuality? Or I guess pansexuality, because, I mean, you could argue that Courier is, like, gender fluid, at least until they become a trans woman. It's not just really changes anything about Gambit as a character. At the end of the day, he still is happily married to Rogue. Thank you for that. But, I mean, it's not like they didn't have plans to make him queer at some point in this history. Like, it's not, like, a big deal now. As it shouldn't be. Sexuality isn't the only facet of a human being, so it shouldn't really be that big of a deal. I just thought it was interesting how you can completely overlook it unless, you know, you, like, read some of his runs. Anyways, that's all I had to really say. Bye!